Oh, all right. Let me see what's up. I'll wait a few more minutes. Oh, what's up, Antoine? Let me get like one more person, then I'm gonna start the show. All right. Ooh. All right, that's fine. Hi, this is Jay Lavonne, and this episode of Red Cup Chronicles. And last week episode was about is sex a need or want? Oh, sex is a need. Well, I know that trademark, but that's what last week's episode was about. You know, I'm going to have to cut. It's like usually I talk about last week's episode, but I really, really want to talk about this week's episode because it's fairly serious. So, you believe sex is a need or a want. Why do you think sex is a need or a want before I get into this episode? Because, like I say, there's all this stuff going on. Alright, you don't. Alright, why are you thinking about that? So, this episode is Land of the UNfree. We all know that Officer Stockley was acquitted of murder of Anthony Smith, who is a... Katie, shut up! Oh my God, Katie, really, Katie? Really, Kate? You know what? Alright. Well, keep on watching my live show, Katie, okay? Can you do that for me, baby? So, like I said, this is a serious topic. So, we all know Stockley just did the Darren Wilson on the motherfucker. So, you have all these protests going on, all the destruction, the looting, same. Hey, this is like Mike Brown all over again. They ain't clown that much for Von Aaron Myers or Lando Castle, but hey. So at this point, oh hi Stephanie, how you doing? So at this point, when I heard that Jason Stockley was acquitted of Anthony Smith murder, first of all, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of ignorant of that whole thing. Oh, hello, Taryn, how you doing? Because I did not remember the story until I had to really research, because in order for this to be a show, you got to research before talking. So I saw the footage of basically dude planting a gun on Anthony. And it's like I just saw the whole image, the chase and everything. And it's amazing how it happened 6 years ago. Then you want to have a verdict when a judge is retiring. Judge was probably related to either Stockley or Darren Wilson. And it's like all these speculations is going on within St. Louis. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all. So, when I saw this, emotions was like I said, Mike Brown all over again. Mike Brown, a fellow Normandy Viking. I will be at that bonfire, by the way. So, with that being said, when the protests and stuff going on, I was not trying to get out the house. No, I'm not trying to get crazy. So I did hang out with my homegirls that night, and we all spoke our thoughts about it. I said, you know what, this is just another purge when everybody would just want to fuck each other up. This is the one episode I'm going to curse a whole lot. So if you don't like cursing, just say Jocelyn Calm. But this whole thing with this episode has a lot of emotions within me because I am African American, because I am female, and I'm also dark skinned. So keep it rolling. So with that being said, that's probably gonna be my favorite phrase. All this stuff going on, and you see the peaceful protest at West County Mall. I was getting my hair done at that time, and I was like, "Yay, it's peaceful." Okay, they're not going crazy. You say that you had a peaceful protest at Chesterfield Fall. I was like, "Yay!" See, protest was a little bit crazy that Friday night at Central West End. To be honest, I'm not that damn surprised. And I was closer there. I was like, man, I want to go home. I don't want to be in that crossfire. So when this particular, and all the people who was tagging me and showing me and like inviting me to the protest, thank you so much. Y'all actually kind of gave me a topic because it's like all this weekend. I ain't gonna say the boo was playing NBA 2K18 and I was watching protests and I was trying to gather material for the show. So thank y'all for inviting me to see different protests. That was very much appreciated. I didn't know what to talk about. And part of me didn't want to talk about, but since it's in our faces, all right, fuck it. I'm just gonna talk about it. So is that the protest that made me cry the most was the whole protest in U City Loop. When the cops would like march it down and with their sticks and everything, it was like a real life movie to me. And when guy got tased in his eyes, and now the part that was kind of funny was the guy was joning on police and he saw that old policeman and said, "Hey, ain't you trying to be at home watching Bad Knock? What? And then you could tell that cop wanted to laugh so bad because that cop knew he wanted to be at home. So, hold on. I'm watching the whole thing. And I'm watching everything that's going on and everything. And I'm like, why the fuck are we surprised? Missouri was the last state that let slaves free legally. And I went to UMSL for my undergrad. And I was taught by one of my UMSL history teachers, if you go to Mizzou, UMSL, University, Missouri of St. Louis, is a part of a circle. You got UMKC, you have UMSL, you have Rolla, and you have the world famous Mizzou. If you go down the street from Mizzou, you still see slave plantations. If you go in Forest Park, you see houses that look like slave plantations. So why the fuck are we surprised this whole thing is going on? The fuck? Really? Really? I think, really? Why are we surprised this stuff is going on when St. Louis is one of the most segregated ass cities like ever? Why are we surprised this shit happened? The same shit happened with fucking Darren Wilson. Really? Like, seriously. Ooh. I try to contain myself for this episode, but like I say, this brings a lot of emotions in my soul. And I watched this whole protest shit going on in UC Loop. I'm looking at this like, this is a fucking ass war zone. This is not the UC Loop that I grew up in. This is not the UC Loop that I got a couple of tattoos at, got a few phone numbers, hung out with friends, went on a few dates, had birthday dinners. This is not the UC Loop that I've known and loved. That UC Loop that y'all saw on live, whatever the hell, that was a war zone. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry I was ignorant of the whole thing. I stopped watching news a long time ago because I don't want to see all that bullshit. So when it was brought, see, this is why social media is so powerful. Because even when I don't watch news, people were still tagging me in some of the protests. And basically, that was like my homework assignment. I have not been in college in like 2 years when I went to graduate school. More than that in Flow Valley and fucking UMSL. But I'm going to get to that point. Hold up. Let me get my red cup going. Red cup. So, when you look at this stuff going on, is this land free? America's just like a goddamn stripper. You always gotta pay for something with that bitch. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it a fucking ass buck. And all this stuff going on, black, white, look, I ain't blaming all white people. I ain't blaming all black. I'm blaming ignorance at this point because as long as you're ignorant, you're always gonna fuck up. No matter what. And I live in South County, one in a peaceful town. They even fucked up Walmart to the point Walmart closed Saturday night at 10 p.m. And that Walmart, I could go there late at night. I could do whatever. It's 24 hours. They were closing all bit. Now, this whole looting and breaking up stuff thing, look, I don't always really get it. But at the same time, calm before I'm storm. In order for something good to happen, something bad gotta happen like that much worse. And it's sad that this is a fucked up world that we lived in. It's really fucking sad. Sad. That you can't even walk out the house without saying, am I gonna live? Am I gonna die? Am I gonna live? So at this point, you playing Russian roulette with your life every day you walk out the house. Well, rather wash your ass. So, I got a little emotional, but follow me here. So when I seen the protest and everything, I was happy about the peaceful protest. And I was even happier to see white people protesting with us. Even white people don't think the shit is right. That dude got away like that. Even white people was like, you know what, we gonna march with y'all. It was just like Martin Luther King wanted. White and black people marching together. It was just like Malcolm X wanted. By any means necessary. Guess what the fuck they thought was necessary? The looting and the breaking in and the turning up. So Martin and Malcolm legacies were living through this last weekend. Hell, protesting's going on now as we speak. Like, seriously. So, my point of view as law enforcement, I was a security guard for 5 years off and on. And I remember when I had to be security guard for the Mike Brown thing. First off, my bosses, Staples, if you see anything, blah, blah, blah. To be honest, I did not want to patrol that day because I did not want to witness anything. I did not want to tell, because how can you tell people not to feel some type of way about something that could happen to their own family member? How can you tell an African American not to feel some type of way about the verdict when wrong has been done upon people for decades? How can you tell a black person not to feel some type of way about the acquittals, but affirmative action is just another way to wipe your ass when you use the bathroom? Seriously. So that time when I was a security guard, I was staying in the building for the most of the night. I was like, they want to say something. I didn't hear it, and I didn't have to tell. I did not have to tell. So one guy came in. I remember this like picture perfect. One guy came in. He was mad about the whole Darren Wilson thing, and I understood, but I was trying to calm him down. Say, fuck you. You just like one of them pigs. You got the uniform. You got the badge. You got this. I'm like, whoa, dude, calm down. Calm down. I was trying to calm down. But, you know, how can you tell somebody to calm down when this stuff been going on over? And it's like you picking on a scab. You expect the scab to heal, but it never heals because the scab keep on going and going and going and going and going. You can't tell nobody not to feel some type of way about something. You can't tell nobody how to feel because you're not that person. You're not that situation. And the reason I say I was part of law enforcement, all right, fine, I was a rent-a-cop. But if you look on our badges, we have the St. Louis County Browns emblem on that mug. Real talk. So I will say I was part of law enforcement for that itty-bitty part. And I remember facing racism myself. I used to hang out at this bar on Lindbergh. I ain't saying names because I still like going to that mug to this day sometimes. And I was the only black person in the group. And this older white man said the N-word. I said, hold the... Man, all my white friends had to hold me back because emotion just came. Like, why would you say the N-word like that? I said, you know what? I'm not going to get mad. Okay, fine. I was mad, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to act up. I said, you know what, sir? Come here. Let me talk to you. You do know there's different ways of saying the N-word for each race, right? And I start calling out I'm not going to call out, not going to say it out loud because I don't believe that way, but I had to educate the old white man because just because you're calling a black person the N-word, that don't mean each race don't have a word that's very derogatory towards that person. And sometimes we really have to watch what seeds that we plant within ourselves before it becomes our environment. And when people are not mindful of what they are saying, yeah, you may be an old white man saying the N-word, but you don't understand how the black person may feel about that. And what if they decide to knock your fucking lights out? Then you want to say, well, that nigger is being a nigger. And that's another thing. Sometimes you don't, I'm not saying don't react, but sometimes people say things to piss you the hell off. So with this whole protest thing, police knew what they were doing. We even saw the doggone footage where the policeman was breaking glass himself. Try to blame on the protesters. Come on. Like it was speculation with the whole Darren Wilson thing that policemen were blowing up buildings just to say, oh, those people are messing up the city. All you doing is messing up the church's money so you could take the church's money for yourself. You think those people aren't getting that money back that they messed up with these companies, these businesses, these establishments? Man, you dumb as hell. I'm just saying. So don't ever tell me that racism isn't real, because it is. Now, they were a little bit bolder. They were a bit bolder back then. Now it's more silent. Now it's through occupations and surroundings and everything. Like I say, I live in a predominantly white area. I love everybody. However, I know I have to halfway conduct myself as one of the only black people in my apartment complex. Am I loud at times? My neighbors will probably tell me. And I'll be like, oops, my bad. But, you know, you kind of establish that when you move in. Like, hey, I'm going to be loud. I'm going to be loud. All right. And I'll probably be loud to them while I'm doing this episode. So I'm just going to politely say hi when I see my neighbors. So even in peaceful ass South County, we had to close some shit down because of the whole protest situation. And I didn't even think, I had no, matter of fact, I was about done when they broke into freaking Walmart. The peaceful place. Why would you want to mess with Walmart of all places? Come on now. You gotta wash them clothes. You gotta get them cheap ass clothes that you don't feel like and you can floss and stuff. You know. Antoine, I get your statement, but I don't condone a whole hunky thing because my stepdad is white. And him and my beautiful black mom made a beautiful biracial child out of that. And that's another thing. Racism is so real in St. Louis. My mom would recall times that her and my stepdad would be out and they would think that ooh, Jersey. Well, let's go say if a black woman, white man go out, they would think the black woman is a prostitute. Although the black and white may be love, whatever, but this is the type of shit that we live in. So as the last state that let the slaves free, why are you surprised that all this stuff is going on? Last state that let the slaves free, why are you surprised that this city is so damn segregated? Last state was technically the let slaves free was Texas. And you know what they do in Texas. You know how everything bang is Texas. But like I say, I remember I was talking to this guy and he lived on Canfield where Mike Brown was living at and everything. And I would see the bears and all the stuff that was memory of him. And I remember when I drove down the street, I would cry. Because another life was taken unrighteously. And for all those people who kept on saying, well, he was a drug dealer. Okay, you do bad, you reap your soul, but at the same time, you do bad. That don't mean you can't change. So for y'all to say this dude was a drug dealer, okay, he was a drug dealer. Do you know his situation? Do you know why he had a drug deal? No. So how can you judge on that man's life when you ain't living that life your damn self? Some people gotta do crazy stuff to provide for families. Sometimes people have to sacrifice. And sacrifice could be doing the lowest crap. So don't say that dude was a drug dealer that he deserved to die. Nobody deserved to die. Nobody. I saw a lot. It's like watching those protests. Although it was homework for me. It was homework for me. But it was kind of funny for me looking at all those racist comments. And have those racist comments, I could tell y'all motherfuckers were not that damn educated about life. And y'all keep, ooh, this one. It's like I screenshot some of those comments. Because I'm like, what the fuck? Trump really showed some of y'all true colors. That's all I have to say in a fucking nutshell. And this dude say black queen. Y'all didn't have language until y'all came to America. Oh, bruh. First off, we had our own dialect. We have hieroglyphics. We had kingdoms, queendoms, all that shit before we got transported here. Like Christopher Columbus really found America. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. I told y'all this is gonna be the one live I'm gonna cuss a whole lot in because there's so much emotion with this right. I'm tired of racism. Why can't we love each other? We all piss the same, shit the same, bleed the same. So what the fuck? Red, white, blue, what, man? Fuck. And that's why people cannot stand that flag. You know, the one that started off with the 13 colonies and the red and white and turned to the 50 states. Well, 51 became motherfucking Puerto Rico. They didn't even want to add a damn star on that for Puerto Rico. Oh, Puerto Rico don't want to fuck with us like that. They just want some of our shit. Woo! Deep, 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 deep. Have I got pulled over on South County before? Yes. Years before I moved there, I was getting on 255 and something was wrong with the light on the little driver plate thingy on my car and a couple of other things. It was very minor, but St. Louis County put me over. The big boys of brown. Fuck blue. The big boys of brown. Because that's who the real motherfuckers are. It's County Brown motherfucker. And, you know, conclusion of the story, he did let me go. But not all cops are willing to let you go. And you think talking to cops crazy. Why would you talk to people crazy when you see what happens to you every day? I'm not saying being yes man. I'm not saying that at all. But at the same time, choose your damn battles when you go out there. Because, you know, it's like, without this whole protest and bullshit, whatever, you don't know what the fuck gonna happen to you when you step out the house. All you know is you woke up, you wash your ass, and you saying goodbye to your friends, honey, booty call, kids, whatever. And like I said, I was part of law for, well, if you want to call, well, I worked for, at the time I was with Securitas. If you want to count being rent-a-cop, yeah, but being rent-a-cop, if you look on that damn badge, we do have the St. Louis County Brown emblem on there. So in a way, I was a part of law enforcement, and being law enforcement during the whole Mike Brown's verdict was very hard for me. I don't know how the hell I did it. To be honest, no, I know how I did it. I was cool with most of the people. That's how I did it. I was cool with most of the people already, and they knew how Officer Staple was. So there. So with this whole thing with dude being let go, no, I'm not surprised. I'm just surprised they took 6 damn years doing the bullshit. You know how long they did it so fast with Darren Wilson. Whoo! And everybody's like, no, motherfucker, this is a purge. Kill or be killed. I used to tell that to people, but this is truly a kill to be killed world. Anybody could get it. You know how I know anybody could get it? Because Missouri is now an open to carry state. And all this time, Missouri, you have to have a license and have a gun. And they passed that particular law at the beginning of this year. I know it's no disrespect to my stepfather. Hey, Antoine, you see this dark skin? I get what you're saying. So, Missouri as an open to carry state, we already have like damn near 200 murders within summertime alone. What the fuck you think is going to happen? You ain't got to have a license, have a gun. If I was you, I was still getting licensed, getting a gun, because I think it's like with every law that's being passed, there's always a loophole within it, good or bad. So yeah, you ain't gotta have registered with a gun, but you better not have a felony. You better not have a mental illness with a gun. Now what the fuck you gonna say? So, with the Mike Brown thing, I remember coming home from work. Like I said, my little sister is biracial. And she was sad. She was really sad because people were cyberbullying her. Because she was taking up for the whole Mike Brown thing. And they say they don't know what the fuck she talking about because she ain't black. She's mixed. She don't know the struggle. Dropping black blood, you still know the struggle. And as I tell everybody that ever talks to me, I will always tell you, go, you celebrate it, not really tolerate that. It's to the point we watching the protest. Me and my guy were going back and forth, whatever. I had to hug him because that's my black man. Who to know he catches the bus. Who that his life won't be at stake while catching the bus. So I had to hug my black boy. I was crying because black men are very much undervalued. That's why, well, I ain't gonna say the person's name because it's like a ghost with black people. But you know who I'm talking about. That's why he says black boys rock, because they don't get enough credit for what they do. I'm not counting anything against black women, because black women, white men, they still get the promotion. Catch my drift. Like I said, I'm a black woman with a master's degree from Western University. And I'm sitting here talking to y'all. So, so you get what I'm saying. So if you say, is this land of the free? Ask yourself, do you got to pay for every fucking thing you have? Look at yourself in the mirror. If you have to pay for everything you have, the land is not free. It's just free until you fucking die. Whew. Like I say, this is a lot of emotion because racism is real, and I experienced racism here and there. Like I remember one time I was working at this temp place at Boeing on assignment, and I was around a few Caucasian males, and it was like some black people too. And they was talking about this place called Red Robin, talking about hamburgers. I was like, huh? What's that? Sorry, Johnson, that's no Red Robin in ghetto. I said, first of all, I live in University City. I ain't living no damn ghetto while you talking. They always assume shit about you. And it may not be because of your race. It may not be because of the color of your skin. But they're always going to assume something about you as long as you have that melanin in you. I'm just saying. So ask yourself, is this land really free? Damn, they moved to America to avoid paying taxes. And we're paying hella taxes for everything we have. Missouri, we have to pay property tax. To this day, I still don't understand this shit. You got to pay for your plates and to register your car. So I have a 2015. I had to pay a little bit over $900 to register. And I had to pay $50 more for my plates. So is this land really free? Is this land really free? Like, man, wake the fuck up or stay dumb for the rest of your damn lives. I hate to come at people like that, but you know, you gotta hear the truth. You need to hear the truth. And I look around every day. I work for whatever I have. And people want to loot. Y'all want to loot? So you want to take money away from businesses. So you take money away from businesses, guess what? We won't have any resources. We won't have any milk. We won't have any eggs. We won't have any food. Because y'all want to, like I say, I understand the looting and shit because we had to go through some destructive ass shit back in the day. I don't agree, but I understand. You know, like I say, the legacies of Martin Luther King and Malcolm X really displayed. Because Malcolm X, he didn't give a damn. Hey, but here's the ironic part. Martin and Malcolm spoke the same thing. It was like cat and mouse thing. Cat and mouse, black and white, yin and yang thing. May Martin want to be violent? I can imagine. Did Malcolm want to be peaceful? Who knows? Hell, fuck it. Go watch the Boondocks episode when Martin Luther King came back. Just saying. I'm smiling, trying to make myself feel better, but this is a really fucked up ass topic because U City that I know and I love turned into a damn war zone within hours. People being pepper sprayed. People been trampling around just to fight for what's supposed to be the land of the free. The land is not free. No. So Missouri was like I said, Missouri was last states to let slaves free. You know what? Like really. So when I see all this stuff going on with the protests, I'm happy black and white people were side by side. Do I hate white people? No. Do I understand them? Sometimes, you know. Do my white neighbors think I'm too fucking loud? Yeah. Black or white, but hey, black or white, you agree that I'm too damn loud. I'm not loud. My voice just really much carries. So with this going on, like I said, I had to hug my black boy. Because who to know that his life won't be in danger? Women, if y'all dating a black man, hug him. He needs it. He gets on your damn nerves, and you may want to hit his head with a iron skillet. Like I do one do mine, but when you see this stuff going on, Philando Castile was a St. Louis native in Milwaukee. His gun was registered to him. He got shot in front of his girlfriend and his child. Valdarius Myers got shot middle of St. Louis City ground. Anthony Lamar Smith was shot from a high-speed chase. Mike Brown was shot middle of so-called peaceful-ass Ferguson for not getting on a damn sidewalk or whatever the hell they want him to do. And when I asked the story about Darren Wilson to a friend of mine that lived in the area, they try to make Darren Wilson sound like a midget. He said no. Jocelyn, Darren Wilson, and Mike Brown could easily go toe-to-toe with each other height-wise. So some media tend to paint little stories to make it their way. Just how somebody said something about Black Cotton Matters. First of all, motherfucker, I haven't picked cotton. Second of all, motherfuckers, my great-great-great-granddaddy carried around his weapons so these slave masters won't fuck with him. So I sit here and talk about some cotton. You wearing the cotton on your shirt. So you making fun of cotton that black people are supposed to pick, but you wear cotton on your shirt and your clothes every damn day. How hypocritical are you? How hypocritical are you? Talking about this shit. And then this bitch want to troll every fucking thing. When I look at this bitch's ass profile, she shared the damn protest. It was just people trolling just to be trolling. And that's why I took the pictures of those screenshots, because just to see on my wall how ignorant people really are. People are ignorant as fuck. And sometimes, it's like sometimes you want to respond to ignorant ass motherfuckers, but they do that shit to piss you the fuck off just to get their jollies off. So why respond to ignorance while you could be smart? Why pick a fucked up ass battle where you could lose your life when you could step away, live through it, learn through it? I ain't telling no black person to shut up. I ain't telling no black person how to feel. I'm just telling black person pick your battles when it comes to certain things. Cause some black people, we need to get the fuck. It's like I talk about white people a little bit, and my stepdad ain't white, but black people, we need to get our shit together because we see this shit every day. We want to turn blind to some of the stuff. Why turn blind? They're telling you in your face that they don't like you. It's just like you want to be in a clubhouse, you constantly getting kicked out, and you buying cupcakes and shit, and they don't like your ass. You know they don't like your ass. Just turn the other cheek, be cordial, get the fuck on. Damn. And it's like, history repeats itself. Before I even researched the whole thing about Jason Stockley, I said, another Darren Wilson. Now I have to quote one of my favorite songs. All around the world, the same song. All around the world, the same song. Like I said, I was part of law enforcement, so I've been both sides. I was like, dang. For those black cops that had to be at those protests, I said, what the hell they were thinking? Except for that extra little money they're making, because, police don't make shit for real. I saw some of their salaries. You start off at $17. For all the shit that the police do, $17, $18 is not enough. Like I said, I don't agree with some of the doggone lootings and shit. But I do agree with protests, because in order to make a change, you gotta take a stand. If you don't take a stand, you fall for every motherfucking thing. I tell people all the time, you better go where the fuck you tolerate at, or you're constantly gonna get make fun of. Like I say, I knew I was gonna get emotional for this episode. I knew I was gonna get a little emotional. And it's like some people let the emotions the best of them to the point they don't think. Trust me. It took me a whole weekend and some days to think about what the hell I want to say for this episode. Took people to tag me in some of the protest. Like, you know what? I'm going to take a touch on it because, you know, I am African American and I am a female. So I'll give my point. I will give my point. But you ain't got to like my point. Matter of fact, you ain't got to like me. But learn. All I want to, when I talk to y'all, learn at least a little from it. Can y'all do that for mama, baby? Can y'all do that for mama? You can do that for mama? Really? All right. So, with that being said, okay, let's get on this Kanika Jenkins shit. First off, I'm not going to speak on it because there are too many fucking theories behind Kanika Jenkins. What we do know, she was found in freezing. What we do know, she was turned up with her friends. What we do know, that she was a young girl. What we also know, that her mama, who she was close to, is going to miss that little girl with all her heart. First off, I ain't going to sit there and say this and that, whatever, because like I said, I am not going to speak on, and it's like, with this show, I'm going to speak facts the best that I can. With that being said, where the fuck were this little heifer's friends at? Why, y'all want to point the blame on the hotel? Yeah, the hotel are responsible for the guests. So where were the fuck this little person's friends at? How come they let her wander around in a hall like that? How can you pay somebody to rape your friend? Well, one of the theories. I'll be blaming the friends and I'll be suing. It's like if I was her mama, I sue the hotel, her friends, and her motherfucking friends' parents for that shit. Because friends don't let friends wander around like that. When me and my girlfriends go out, we leave together. If we too messed up, guess what? We are somebody gonna sleep at somebody's house. Or somebody gonna make sure that person okay. So for y'all to just blame the hotel, fuck that. No, I ain't blaming the hotel. I'm blaming her friends. Because y'all supposed to have that girl's back. I don't care how close they are or whatever. And no, I'm not going to say no damn Illuminati theory because we don't know what the fuck happened with that little girl, but we do know that girl's dead. That's what we know. That girl's dead. That girl's gone. 19 years old, she never had a choice in life. 19 years old, she was just now growing up. She didn't have her life yet. She had a life, but not her life. And I'm so tired of these bitch ass, Facebook ass detectives. You trying to detect every motherfucking thing, but you don't want to detect your damn life. Really? You want to detect something that don't have shit to do with you. But you want to detect something that don't have nothing. You don't want to detect your own life. You don't want to detect your baby daddy. You don't want to detect who you got the STD from. But you want to detect something that ain't got shit to do with you. Child, please. We do live in a fucked up ass world. Black, white, Gumby, green, Mexicano, all that. Yeah, we live in a fucked up ass world when we rather look at somebody else's life than our own. So no, I'm not going to talk too much about Kanika Jenkins other than what I just said. No, I'm going to keep on talking about this racism shit because St. Louis, that shit is real. That shit is real. You know, I don't want to think about it, but the shit is real. The best that you could do is be a productive African American. The best that you could do is not live up to the hype and the stereotype that they say about us. Lord, Red Cup Chronicles. But, dude. So you gotta ask yourself, the land of the free, is it really free? Like I say, at this point, America is a big titty stripper. You gotta pay to see to them big ass titties. I'm just saying, you gotta pay for that pee. Sure, you pay all the money in America, and guess what? America is like a pimp. They trick all the money out to other countries, thinking they don't finance some of these weapons in these wars in these other countries. You're stupid. In my favorite voice, you're blind, son. You're blind to the facts. You can't see what I can't see. You're blind, babe. You're blind to the facts. Ooh. Like like I say, I love my whites, I love my Mexican, I love my Chinese, I love everybody, but we need to stick together because death doesn't have a face, death does not have a race. So why are we blaming everything on each other when we can come together as one? We shit, we piss, we fuck, we bleed the same. We do everything the same, but have the mindset. God gave you a different mindset for each person for a damn reason. So you could go your path your own way. Oh, like I said, this whole racism shit pissed me the hell off. Like, that U-City protest, I ain't gonna lie, I cried like a little baby. Because I just spent my birthday down there like 3 months ago. And it was nothing like that. That was not U-City. That was a fucking ass war zone. Just like how they had fucking tapes going out Ferguson at the Mike Brown trial. And you ain't hear shit about Von Der Myers, but you know that motherfucker went free. That shot him. You know, what I'm trying to say is, not all cops are the same. Not all white people are the same. And not all black people think black power. Some black people be from their black power shit, but they be quick to hide on their white cooch. And think nothing about their own people. Some white people love black chocolate milk. But don't believe in what other white people believe in. So when you talk about racism, no, this topic is called Land of the UNfree because nothing is free in life. But the only thing that's free is life and death. And that's a crock of bullshit because you still got to pay the hospital when you give birth to somebody. You still got to pay the damn pallbearer, the funeral home when you try to bury your loved one. So nothing is free. Nothing but air. And guess what? You got to pay for the air too. You got to pay for the air. Hell, I still got to pay AIM rent for my air. Matter of fact, I need to pay that shit this weekend. You know? I'm just saying, like, all this stuff going on, like, why the fuck are you surprised? I'm surprised they took 6 years to do that shit. That's why I'm surprised. I'm surprised it took 6 years. It took like 6 months for that Darren Wilson. Okay. 6 months to a year for Darren Wilson to hear that whole verdict thing. Okay, maybe. Hold up. It happened in 2014. Around a year. Relatively a year for the whole thing to happen. And all I gotta say is rest in peace, Tanika Jenkins. Baby girl. You could have picked better friends to turn up with. I'm not blaming you because, like Cyndi Lauper said, all girls want to have fun. Rest in peace, Anthony Lamar Smith. Although, real drug dealer, you didn't deserve to die the way you did. Rest in peace, Mike Brown, my fellow Normandy Viking. Although they thought you were stealing a bunch of cigars, you didn't deserve to get shot down like that. And then it took 4 hours for people to really... It took 4 hours for ambulance to really get you. Rest in peace, Von Derek. You was just minding your own business. Rest in peace, Philando Castile. Although this did not happen in St. Louis, he was a St. Louis native. You did not deserve to die in front of your child and your girlfriend. Rest in peace, Amala Diallo. This happened in New York like damn near a decade ago. You did not deserve 40 shots. Rest in peace, Laquan McDonald. Although this happened in Chicago, there's a song named Just For You called 16 Shots by Vince Mensa. And when I hear that song, I feel the power. Rest in peace, Sean Bell. You did not deserve to die on your wedding day. You may never know what married life is like. You may never know to build your generation because your life was taken away just like that. Who else I could go? Who else I could go? Rest in peace, Trayvon Martin. All you want to do is be young and free. But motherfuckers want to say you was trying to get lean. And you may never know what college is like. Rest in peace, Walter Scott. This happened in Texas. You may never know. You may never go back home to your wife because motherfuckers want to act a fool in Texas. Because they want to carry the old Texas wife. Rest in peace. Oh, shoot. Grant. Last name Grant. I don't want to fuck up the name. And there's a movie named after you, baby. But all you want to do is catch the bus. Catch the subway. California. All because you didn't know what's going on when police approach you. Rest in peace to all those who lost their lives to this senseless bullshit. And when y'all say all lives matter, I got another, you know what? I just thought of another story for y'all. So I did have this white neighbor. Rest in peace, Holly, by the way. And she was saying how tired she was of the whole Black Lives Matter stuff. Okay. I'll give you something. Like I say, before I get angry, I educate you. So I told her, Black Lives Matter is for people like Trayvon Martin, Emmett Till, who just mind his own business. He's from the North. He didn't know how the South really was. He was just a 14-year-old little boy. 14-year-old little boy. He didn't know what's going on. Black Lives Matter is for people like Amala Diallo, Sean Bell, Vondari Myers, now Anthony Lamar Smith, Oscar Grant. Well, I think it was Oscar Grant. Like I said, I don't want to mess up his name, but you get what I'm saying. Mike Brown. Black Lives Matter is for those who lost their lives just for the color of their skin. And I had to educate my white neighbor on this because she's from Texas. Like I done told y'all about Texas. And when I hear people say stuff like that, it upsets me. But at the same time, I'd rather educate before getting mad because some people just say dumbass shit just to piss your ass off and make you have a nigger moment like Boondocks. Try not to say that damn word, but fuck it. I'm gonna say it. Because, like I say, this is the most graphic ass episode that I have to have because there's so much injustice going on. Do stuff happen to white people injustice? Yes, but right now I'm talking about the stuff that happens to black people. Stuff that happens for us, our melanin. But yeah, they talk about black market, they get our organs because they want that black girl magic, that black boy joy right here. So, I educated my white neighbor because, you know, when people say stuff about Black Lives Matter, they're ignorant to it because they don't have to go through what we go through as a whole. They're ignorant to it because they don't get pulled over. They don't pull them over for fun. And thank those who invited me to watch the protests. Y'all did it. Y'all really made me do my homework, and I thank God for y'all. Because, like I say, to make this successful, you gotta talk about stuff that is relatable, and I thank y'all. So, wanna listen to a song about police brutality? 16 Shots by Vince Mensa. If you like me, I felt the emotion through that shit. I felt the emotion through that song alone. That was a good way to research about Laquan McDonald. Oh, and don't forget 12-year-old little Tamir Rice. All he wanted to do was play with toy guns. He just wanted to be a little boy. But they got him. And what about that one guy in Ohio that went in, get that fake gun, whatnot, whatever, and they shot him at Walmart? Johnny, I forgot his last name, and I'm not going to mess that name up. No. So this is the land of the unfree. You got to pay for everything. Got to pay for the water to wash your ass with. Got to pay for the food you eat to be nourished. So, with that being said, I'm going to end this episode before I get too emotional. Like I say, I love my white people. I love my Chinese people. Well, Asian people. Chinese is a bit racist. Just say Asian. I love my Hispanics. But with that old white man the board called saying the N-word, I had to teach him there's different ways to say the N-word. The real definition of the N-word is a worthless person. You got something for black people you think don't have nothing for every other race? And that's what some people really need to think about speaking of. Because when you speak and you let it manifest, it can come back on you tenfold. It can really come back on you tenfold if you don't watch out sometimes. Sometimes we speak stuff and it comes to our future. It be like, voila, papa, like a magic, son. Like magic. And like I say, Vondera Myers, Oscar Grant, Sean Bell, Amali Diallo, dude from Walmart, I'm not going to mess up your name, Tamir Rice, hell, even Sandra Bland, Mike Brown, and now Anthony Lamar Smith. Sorry to your families that they would have to miss you, and you would not have no holiday, no birthday ever again. With this series as episode, you pay bills, you live life, raise your red cups. And sorry I'm not so bubbly. Sorry I don't have much energy. But this violence taking my energy away just watching and imagine having a black boy. Women, we need to do better by our black men. They're supposed to be the head. They may be scrubs, but they still need hugs. With that being said, with this special ass episode of Red Cup Chronicles, raise your red cups. Bye. Have a good night. Say prayers if you feel like it. Hug your black boys. Hug your black boys and hug your black men. Hug your little black girls so she won't have to think that she has to be Blac Chyna when she grow up. Hug your black women so she won't think that she has to be a hoe in order to get attention. Bye, y'all. It's been an emotional episode for me. I gotta go. Bye.